Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing all of you newer players to the Salty Seas a new player guide that is more advanced and updated with the new updates that have been put in the game since the one I made a couple months ago. This will be a lot more detail, but I'm not going to go into how to level up because I already have a video on that. It is called How to Get Pirate Legend Fast in Sea of Thieves. I will leave a link for that in the description for all you newer players trying to get Pirate Legend. It explains what Pirate Legend is and how to get it fast. So we're going to jump straight into this new player guide, and I hope that this helps you. And if this video helps you, all I ask is that you please drop a like and subscribe. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube and 500 followers on Twitch. We will be doing a massive giveaway there when we hit that milestone. But please consider liking and subscribing if this video helps you. I want to make more videos like this. I will, here in the near future, make an advanced guide for all the players who are looking to improve themselves in their PvP. So, with that being said, feel free to go check out my Twitch, check out the Discord, and like and subscribe because it's greatly appreciated. So let's hop straight into this new player guide 2021. So when you first open the Sea of Thieves, you're going to want to find the Maiden Voyage if you haven't not done it yet. You're going to want to go to play, and you want to find the Maiden Voyage. You want to set sail on the Maiden Voyage, and after you've loaded into the Maiden Voyage, you will be greeted by the Pirate Lord. The Pirate Lord will tell you everything that you need to know about the game and the basics. This is where you're going to find your first little bit of information for the Sea of Thieves and how to play. Make sure to complete the Maiden Voyage, get it done so that you can play the actual game, because you can't play the game until you've completed the Maiden Voyage. Make sure to go through that, get that complete, and we'll be good to go. And we'll start with our first tip. So we're going to look at the reputation. You have 6 factions reputation. You press tab or the 3 lines in Xbox to open up this menu. You go to pirate log, reputation, and you have 5 or 6 reputations. There's the Reaper's Bones, where you sink ships, take emissary flags, take loot, or kill people to level up as Reapers. And you can get more if you put up the Reaper's emissary flag. So that's what Reapers is. And now there's Gold Hoarders. Gold Hoarders is where you dig up chests, you complete vaults, or you simply kill other people for their loot. That is what Gold Hoarders is. And then there's Merchant Alliance, where you sell animals, sell cargo, or go to lost shipments and get a bunch of loot from that. Or you can sink people and get their loot too, but that's very rare to find merchant people. Then we have Order of Souls. Order of Souls is where you go around killing skeletons or killing ghost ships. That's what Order of Souls is. You can get it from Flameheart too. Flameheart will give you a lot of skulls to sell to the Order of Souls. And then we have Hunter's Call. Hunter's Call is fish. You sell fish to Merrick or any other sea post, and you get reputation for that. And then there's Sea Dogs, which is arena. I'd recommend staying away from that for now since you guys are new, but that's what I'm just showing you guys all the reputations for now. So I'm not going to go into full detail about these reputations. Pretty much all that you need to do is level them up, and you can get Pirate Legend. I show you how to do that in the Pirate Legend Fast video, so feel free to go check that out again. That'll be linked in the description. But if you use emissary flags, you can level up these levels a lot faster. That's pretty much all the reputations that you need to know, and all the ones that you'll use. You need to get 50 and 3 of them, minus Sea Dogs. Sea Dogs, doesn't count. But Gold Hoarders, Order of Souls, Merchants, Reapers, or Hunter's Call will give you Pirate Legend. So the first thing I want to do when we load into the game is we want to come outside of the tavern and we want to find the merchant. The merchant will always be in the dock and will always be like on the water near the shipwright. It changes depending on the outpost, but you know it's there when you see a brown and yellow tent with a blue and yellow flag. So we're going to go up to the merchant. We're going to interact with her. We're going to browse offers and commodities, browse resources and commodities. If you have the money, get a storage crate. You're going to want to buy a storage crate. You're going to buy a wood crate. And then you're going to want to buy a cannonball crate. You want to leave the fruit crate alone because it's useless. It's only full of bananas, and bananas are not very good food. So we're going to redeem our crates. And we're going to take our storage crate. So after our storage crate, we're going to take our storage crate, go to every barrel, fill up our storage crate. Make sure to check every barrel so that you don't miss any supplies, because supplies is a big, big key to surviving and keeping your ship afloat. So make sure that you check all around the outpost for barrels, any open barrels, and make sure to fill your storage crate up as much as possible. So after we've gotten all the barrels, looted all the barrels that we can, we're going to take our storage crate. We're going to get to our boat with it, and then we are going to proceed to set it down on the deck. We're going to go back to the merchant, grab the 2 crates. The cannonball crate needs to stay up top next to the cannonballs, and the wood crate will go downstairs in the wood crate. After we've done that, we're going to fill up all of our barrels with the supplies. So you're going to do this for every barrel with storage crate too. So storage crates are different. They can hold everything in it, such as cursed cannonballs, normal cannonballs, blunder bombs, fire bombs, chain shots, wood, worms, food, and everything. So if I were you, I would start up top, empty off your cannonballs, then move downstairs, move to the food barrel. The food barrel is near the wood barrel, but on the left side. There's 2 barrels stacked on top of each other. I would empty the food and the worms out, and then I would go to the wood barrel and empty the things into the wood barrel. So now you're stocked up and you're ready to go on an adventure. So we're going to raise our anchor. After we've raised our anchor, we're going to lower our sails. Depending on if you're on a voyage or not, I would check the quest and see what island you have to go to, find it on the map, and you can head there. Now make sure to keep an eye on the horizon. There can be ships at outposts, ships at islands, ships anywhere in the seas. They can be following you and you won't even notice. You always need to make sure to check your surroundings for ships, and if you see a ship bigger than you, just stay away from them. If they come at you, run away. Unless you think that you can take that ship on, but I would not do it unless you have the supplies and you think that you can and you don't have any loot on you. Make sure to always check your surroundings before going off of your ship and going onto an island. That is key, one of the key things to stay alive and keep your ship afloat. So you're about to reach your destination, you're excited, but what do? Don't drop your anchor and leave your sail down. Make sure that you raise your sail up and you keep your anchor up and you aim your ship away from the island so that if a ship pulls up and you don't notice, you can make a quick escape without them boarding you, killing you, and sinking your ship. Guy out left side. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is boarders. Boarders will try to board your ship to anchor you, kill you, and sink your boat. You need to watch your ladders during ship fights. If they have a good shot at boarding, if they shoot out of a cannon, you don't see a cannonball, someone shot out, a human shot out. So make sure to always watch your ladders when you're engaged in PvP. It'll help you so much in the long run. Now we're going to talk about Naval Battles and Sea of Thieves. You want cannonballs. This is why you need cannonballs, for when people pull up on you and you need to kill them. You need to shoot cannonballs out as far as you can to protect yourself and defend yourself. Sometimes they will back off when you start shooting. Sometimes they'll come in full force. It really depends on the player and how you play and how they play. Now don't waste cannonballs if they're really far like this. Just wait till they get closer and you can get a better chance at sinking their boat. Again, in this situation, you want to watch for boarders to make sure that they don't board. Sometimes they will move out to reposition, but they're not running away. So always keep your eye out for borders and make sure that you practice on cannons. Now let's talk about when your mast goes down. Your mast is able to go down in this game by chain shots or 3 cannonballs. If your mast goes down, make sure to pull it up right away and get some wooden planks on it so that it's reusable again and you can be mobile and not be sitting there like a duck, waiting to be killed. Now, the next big thing about your ship is repairing your hull and making sure that you stay afloat. Now, whether your ship is going straight or you have someone cannoning or managing the ship up top, you always want to make sure that your ship is repaired and good. You want to repair all the holes, and if the water gets too high, make sure that you bucket. You get the water out and bucket out of your ship so that you don't sink. If too much water gets in your ship, it'll fill to the top and you'll sink and you'll be done. You'll lose all your loot that you have and all the progress that you made. So for goodness sake, make sure to repair your ship. I always see new players not worrying about their ship. They just leave it alone like it's not worth it. Repair your ship if it gets damaged. The next thing we're talking about is you being the border. Once you've had an enemy's mast down, you have them pretty much at your behalf. You want to, if you have someone managing your boat, you want to try and board them and try and defend them off of their holes to make sure that they sink so that you can win and get the victory against them. So right here, I'm about to board these guys' boat. Once I've boarded their boat, as soon as I get on board, I'm dropping their anchor so that they can't move, and I'm trying to kill as many of them as possible so that I have the advantage of sinking them and getting the win. Now, these enemies will spawn back. Food is a huge part of staying alive and PvPing. When you take damage, as soon as you kill the player and you're in a safe spot to eat food. If you do, you'll stay alive, and you can keep fighting and keep distracting them off of your ship and using the cannons. Food is a huge essential. As soon as you take damage, make sure to eat food and replenish your food in the barrels of the enemy's food. So now that you have your PvP skills down now, we're going to talk about world events. So, world events will help you level up your level, give you gold, and give you other things, like cosmetics. There's the Skull Fort, the Ashen Winds, the Fort of Fortune, the Fort of the Damned, and Skelly Fleets. So the first one we're going to talk about is Skull Forts. Skull Forts, you fight waves of skeletons, about 10 or 15, and then a boss will come out. You kill him, get a key, and you'll get a decent amount of loot in the vault. I wouldn't say it's very worth it for the amount of time that you spend on it. Next, we're going to talk about skeleton fleets. Skeleton fleets are waves of ships that'll come up out of the water, try to sink you. Their loot differs depending on whether you pick up their loot, because as soon as you sink the first ship, the next wave starts. So you can barely have time to get the loot. So skeleton ships give a decent amount of golden rep, but I don't know. Depending on how good you are, I would try to stay away from this for now and just stick to voyages. I only say that because if you think that you can take on a Skelly fleet, then go ahead, but it's very hard. If you're a newer player and you don't know how to play the game yet, you might sink. The next one we're going to talk about is the Ashen Winds, which is the easiest one and the fastest one to complete. This will give you, it differs depending on what the island is and what the amount of loot it gives you. It can give you anywhere from 20k to 100k in loot. So this is very good, and it only takes a couple minutes to complete. It's a really good event. Newer players, I would definitely recommend trying this out, because it can't sink your boat. It can throw fireballs at your boat, but if you're on the island, it won't do that. Okay, so the next one is Flameheart. Flameheart gives a lot of loot, but he's also very hard to complete. He's harder than a skeleton ship. He will pummel your ship with cannonballs, but he does give good loot for everything. He is a good world event, but I would recommend getting better at the game first before you actually attempt to sink him, because there's 4 waves. Grunt Wave, Captain Wave, another Grunt Wave, and then Flameheart comes out, and that's the really hard wave. So wait till you're better at the game, and then try this out. The next ward event we're going to talk about is the Fort of Fortune. This one is really hard to do. I do not recommend it until you are a pirate legend. This gives good loot, but is very hard. Just complete 20 or like 15, 10 waves of skeletons with captains coming out every 2 waves. And then you have to proceed to kill 3 bosses and then an Ashen Lord with 3 waves. This is very hard. I would stay away from this for now. The skull looks like this. It looks like a Fort of the Damned skull. A Fort of the Damned skull has red eyes, but it has like a red vein on the top. I would 100% recommend staying away from this for now. So the last thing we're going to talk about in this video is Tall Tales. Tall Tales give you nothing. They give you a little bit of gold when you complete them, but they are very fun and they teach you about the story in the game. So I would recommend starting the Tall Tales. You will learn where they are as you go, but the first one starts in any tavern. It is by the Mysterious Stranger. The Mysterious Stranger is on the wall behind. As soon as you load in, look to the back of the tavern. There is a guy standing there, and next to him you will have the Shroudbreaker Tall Tale. I would definitely recommend trying these out. They're very fun. If you don't like them, then you can stay away from them, but I would definitely recommend it. It teaches you a lot about the game and the storyline. So make sure to check that out if you guys are interested in that kind of thing and lore. So that's going to end our new player guide 2021. I hope that this video helped you. Again, if it did, make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm going to make more videos like this. I'll make an advanced video sometime soon. But I hope that this video helped. I hope that you learn about PvP, you learn about the world events, and that again, if you want to learn how to get to Pirate Legend fast, go ahead and click the link to the video in the description to get to Pirate Legend fast and Sea of Thieves. And make sure to go check out my Twitch and the Discord. Again, we will be doing a huge giveaway at 100 subscribers and 500 followers on Twitch. So make sure to subscribe and go follow my Twitch channel. And that's pretty much it from me for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!